Top 6 Most Rare and Valuable Quarter Dollars to Look for Your Pocket Change. Collecting quarters means finding the highest quality, best-looking quarters in most cases. But collecting state quarter errors allows you to grab some high-value quarters worth a lot to collectors because of their rare errors. Today, let's take a look at 6 of the most valuable Washington quarter errors worth money. These errors could indicate when a new quarter is a perfect addition to your collection. The 1983 P Washington quarter is a coin from the United States Mint, part of the Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. This series honors the first president of the United States, George Washington, and has been a staple of American coinage for decades. The 1983 P Washington quarter, minted in Philadelphia, holds particular interest for collectors due to its unique historical context and certain peculiarities in its production and distribution. The 1980s economic climate. The early 1980s were a time of economic recovery in the United States, following the high inflation and unemployment rates of the late 1970s. The Reagan administration's policies aimed at economic stabilization, and the nation's coinage saw high production levels to meet the demands of a recovering economy. In this context, the 1983 P Washington quarter was minted in substantial quantities. The Philadelphia Mint. The 1983 P Washington quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most prolific mints in the United States, is responsible for producing coins for circulation, as well as numismatic items. Minting process and quality issues. During the early 1980s, the quality control at the Philadelphia Mint faced challenges. Many 1983 P quarters exhibit issues such as weak strikes, die cracks, and planchet flaws. These imperfections, while typically seen as defects, can also create unique variations that are of interest to collectors. Collectability and value. The value of a 1983 P Washington quarter is influenced by several factors. Condition. Grade coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to perfect uncirculated, MS70. The better the condition, the higher the value. For instance, a coin graded MS65 or higher can be worth significantly more than one in circulated condition. Mint errors and varieties. Coins with minting errors, such as double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes, can be particularly valuable. Collectors seek these anomalies for their uniqueness. Historical significance. The historical context of the coin, such as the economic conditions during its production, can add to its allure and value. Rarity. While the 1983 P quarter was minted in large quantities, high-grade specimens are relatively rare due to widespread circulation and the aforementioned quality control issues. Market value. As of 2024, the market value of a 1983 P Washington quarter can vary widely based on its condition and any unique characteristics. Common circulated examples are typically worth their face value, 25 cents, while uncirculated coins can fetch between $50 and $150. Coins with significant mint errors or exceptionally high grades, MS67 and above, can command prices ranging from $100 to several $1,000s at auction. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American numismatics, having been in continuous production since 1932. The 1973 Washington quarter, minted during a period of significant economic and social change in the United States, is an interesting piece for collectors and historians alike. In this detailed overview, we'll delve into the history, design, production details, and value of the 1973 Washington quarter, aiming to provide a comprehensive understanding of its significance. Composition. The 1973 Washington quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. This composition was adopted in 1965, replacing the 90% silver composition used in quarters minted before 1965. The change was made primarily due to the rising cost of silver and the need to prevent the melting down of coins for their bullion value. Minting and production. The 1973 Washington quarter was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint produced both business strike quarters for circulation and proof quarters for collectors. The relatively high mintage numbers for the Philadelphia and Denver quarters reflect the demand for circulating coinage during this period. Varieties and errors. While the 1973 Washington quarter does not have any major recognized varieties, there are some notable errors and anomalies that can pique the interest of collectors. Some of these include Doubled die. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly manufactured, resulting in doubled images on the coin. While not as common in the 1973 quarters, some examples of double die errors have been reported, particularly in the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1973. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in a coin that is struck outside its intended position. Off-center errors can range from minor to dramatic, with some coins showing a significant portion of the design missing. These errors can vary in value depending on the degree of misalignment and the visibility of the date. Clipped planchets. A clipped planchet error occurs when the coin blank is improperly cut from the metal strip, resulting in a coin with a curved or straight edge cut off. These errors are relatively uncommon but can be found in the 1973 quarters. The value of clipped planchet errors depends on the size and location of the clip. Value and collectability. The value of a 1973 Washington quarter depends on several factors, including its condition, mint mark, and the presence of any errors or varieties. Generally, circulated 1973 quarters have modest value due to their high mintage and common availability. However, uncirculated and proof examples, as well as those with significant errors, can command higher prices. Circulated coins. In average circulated condition, a 1973 Washington quarter is typically worth its face value of 25 cents. However, in higher grades, e.g. extremely fine or about uncirculated, the value can range from 50 cents to $1. Coins in this condition show minimal wear and retain most of their original details. Uncirculated coins. Uncirculated, mint state, 1973 quarters can have a higher value, especially in grades MS-65 and above. In MS-65 condition, a 1973 quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint can be worth between $20 and $150, with coins in MS-66 and MS-67 grades fetching even higher prices. The value is influenced by factors such as luster, strike quality, and the absence of significant contact marks. Proof coins. Proof 1973 Washington quarters, struck at the San Francisco Mint, are specifically produced for collectors and are known for their high-quality finish and sharp details. The 1972 era Washington quarter, value and history. However, some 1972 quarters are notable for errors that make them valuable to collectors. This essay explores the history of the Washington quarter, the specific characteristics and types of errors found in the 1972 issue, their value, and the broader implications for coin collectors. The composition of the quarter also changed in 1965 from 90% silver to a copper-nickel clad due to rising silver prices. The 1972 Washington quarter. By 1972, the Washington quarter was well established in American currency. However, this year saw several minting errors, making some coins from this year particularly valuable to collectors. Value of the 1972 era quarter. The value of a 1972 era quarter depends on several factors, including the type and severity of the error, the coin's condition, and market demand. The 1972 D Washington quarter with any error, while those with more dramatic misalignments can be valued at several $100s for more $1,000. Particularly those with readable dates, are the most valuable. Factors influencing value. Several factors influence the value of 1972 era quarters. Rarity. Naturally, rarer errors are more valuable. Errors like the double die obverse are particularly rare. Condition. Coins in mint state condition, MS, or uncirculated condition are more valuable than those with wear and tear. Demand. Collector interest significantly influences prices. High demand for specific error types can drive up values. Authentication. Certified coins from reputable grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, are generally more trusted and can command higher prices. Broader implications for coin collectors. The existence of error coins like the 1972 Washington quarter highlights several broader aspects of numismatics. Error coins can be a good investment, with certain errors appreciating in value over time. Collectors must stay informed about market trends and rarity. Conclusion. The 1972 era Washington quarter is a fascinating topic for numismatists. These errors, whether they be double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks and cuds, provide a glimpse into the complexities of coin production and the intriguing quirks that can arise. Their values vary widely, influenced by rarity, condition, demand, and authentication. For collectors, these coins are more than just currency, they are pieces of history, objects of beauty, and potentially profitable investments. Understanding and appreciating these errors enriches the hobby of coin collecting, making it a The 1971 Washington quarter holds a special place in American numismatic history. This coin, often overlooked by casual collectors, has its unique set of attributes and a fascinating backstory. The 1971 quarter, minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, comes with its quirks, especially concerning mint errors, which can significantly affect its value. In 1971 This year is notable because it marked the 9th year of the clad composition quarters, which began in 1965 when silver was removed from the coinage. The 1971 quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad, which is 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The value of a 1971 Washington quarter largely depends on its condition and the presence of any errors. Below is a detailed breakdown of how these factors influence the coin's value. Value of the 197 Washington quarter, condition grading. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to perfect uncirculated, MS, 70. For standard 1971 quarters without errors, those in average circulated condition are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, in higher grades, such as MS 65 or better, they can fetch a few dollars. Uncirculated and error coins. Uncirculated or mint state coins, MS, are those that have never been in circulation and thus retain their original mint luster. These coins are more valuable with error prices ranging from $1,000 to $7,500 depending on the grade. Errors and varieties. The 1971 Washington quarter is particularly intriguing to collectors due to the various errors that occurred during its production. Mint errors can significantly enhance the value of a coin, making them highly sought after by numismatists. Common errors, double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, causing a doubling effect on the design. In the case of the 1971 quarter, doubling may be evident on Washington's profile, the date, or the inscriptions. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes happen when the coin planchet, is not correctly centered during striking. This results in a portion of the design being missing from the coin. The degree of the off-center strike can range from slight to significant, with more extreme off-center errors being more valuable. Clipped planchets. Clipped planchets occur when the blanking process, where coin blanks are punched from metal strips, goes awry, resulting in a coin that has a portion missing. The 1971 Washington quarter holds a special place in American numismatic history. This coin, often overlooked by casual collectors, has its unique set of attributes and a fascinating backstory. Notably, the Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1971 quarter, minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, comes with its quirks, especially concerning mint errors, which can significantly affect its value. In 1971, the Washington quarter was struck in large numbers at both the Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, mints. This year is notable because it marked the 9th year of the clad composition quarters, which began in 1965 when silver was removed from the coinage. The 1971 quarter is composed of a copper-nickel clad, which is 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Errors and varieties. The 1971 Washington quarter is particularly intriguing to collectors due to the various errors that occurred during its production. Mint errors can significantly enhance the value of a coin, making them highly sought after by numismatists. Common errors, double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, causing a doubling effect on the design. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes happen when the coin planchet, is not correctly centered during striking. This results in a portion of the design being missing from the coin. The degree of the off-center strike can range from slight to significant, with more extreme off-center errors being more valuable. Clipped planchets. Clipped planchets occur when the blanking process, where coin blanks are punched from metal strips, goes awry, resulting in a coin that has a portion missing. Die cracks. Die cracks happen when the die used to strike the coins develops cracks, leading to raised lines on the coin's surface. These errors can vary in size and location and often add a unique character to each coin. Wrong planchet errors. This rare error occurs when a planchet intended for another denomination or coin is fed into the press. Value of the 1971 Washington quarter. The value of a 1971 Washington quarter largely depends on its condition and the presence of any errors. Below is a detailed breakdown of how these factors influence the coin's value. Condition grading. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to perfect uncirculated, MS, 70. For standard 1971 quarters without errors, those in average circulated condition are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, in higher grades, such as MS 65 or better, they can fetch a few dollars. Uncirculated and error coins. Uncirculated or mint state coins, MS, are those that have never been in circulation and thus retain their original mint luster. These coins are more valuable with error prices ranging from $1,000 to $5,000 depending on the grade. The 1970 D-era Washington quarter. Value and history. The Washington quarter, first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, has been a mainstay in American coinage. Over the decades, it has seen various designs, metal compositions, and minting errors, which have intrigued collectors. Among these, the 1970 D Washington quarter with an error holds a special place due to its unique characteristics and rarity. This essay delves into the history, the specific error found in the 1970 D Washington quarter, its value, and the broader context of minting errors in numismatics. Evolution of the coin. Over the years, the Washington quarter underwent several modifications, particularly concerning its metal composition. Initially, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, in 1965, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition, which remains in use today. Minting process and error coins. Coins are typically minted through a rigorous process designed to minimize errors. However, mistakes do occur, leading to various types of error coins that are highly valued by collectors. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, and planchet errors, among others. Value of the 1970 D-era Washington quarter. Several factors influence the value of the 1970 D-era quarter, including rarity. The rarity of this specific error significantly boosts its value. Few such error coins were produced and fewer still have been discovered. Condition. The coin's condition, as graded by a professional service, greatly affects its value. Coins in higher grades, e.g., mint state, fetch higher prices. Market demand. Collector interest and market demand also play crucial roles. Coins with unique stories or errors tend to attract more interest. Recent sales and valuations. In recent years, the 1970 D-era quarter has seen notable sales at auctions, with prices varying based on the coin's condition and specific characteristics. High-grade examples have sold for $5,000 or more $30,000, reflecting their desirability among collectors. The specific error in the 1970 D quarter. The 1970 D Washington quarter is particularly notable for an error that occurred at the Denver Mint. This error involves quarters struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. The most famous of these is the quarter struck on a planchet intended for a 1941 Canadian quarter. This results in a coin that is slightly smaller and lighter than a standard quarter and often has remnants of the original design visible under the Washington quarter design. Planchet errors. These include wrong planchet errors, like the 1970 D quarter, clipped planchets, and defective planchets. Die errors. Errors occurring due to issues with the die, such as double dies, die cracks, and die clashes. Strike errors. Errors occurring during the striking process, including off-center strikes, multiple strikes, and blockage errors. Significance to collectors. Error coins are significant to collectors for several reasons. Rarity and uniqueness. Each error coin is unique, offering a distinct piece of numismatic history. Story and history. Error coins often come with intriguing stories about their production and discovery.